Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN, where you can buy the pay-per-view tomorrow night, Usyk Fury 2, DAZN.com/TSG. I want to give a big shout out to this man sat in front of me and Jake behind the camera, because I don't know what time it is, but it's definitely late here.
It's 12:15.
And they've invited me to the hotel for a sit down. So Tommy, I appreciate that very much.
All good.
You've always been good to me. How's things, mate?
Mate, everything's fine. Yeah, everything's great. Like I say, we're here in Saudi ahead of probably the most anticipated rematch, in history. One of them, anyway. It's a massive fight. Both fighters look ready and in shape. So, tomorrow night, we're there. The fight's here.
Let's talk a little bit about it. We've just seen Tyson weigh in. 281 pounds, I believe. I don't want to say career heaviest, but definitely up there. I mean, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, he was fully clothed. He had a big leather jacket on and jeans and a belt and whatever in his pocket, or phone or whatever. But he's put on a good bit of weight for this, and obviously, I think I always said, Tyson's always better when he's got a bit of weight on him. I'm not making excuses or anything for the last fight, but I believe Tyson performs at his best at the weight he is now. So I'm really looking forward to it. At the end of the day, I've never seen Tyson look this focused on the lead up to a fight. It just reminds me of the Wilder 2 fight. It reminds me kind of the same sort of mentality going into it. So, I do believe we're going to get a performance like that tomorrow night.
It's funny you say that. I was speaking to Lewis and a couple of the lads earlier before the weigh-in started, and they were all saying, honestly, Charlie, we've never seen Tyson like this. The only similarity they could say was Wilder 2, but they said even this just seemed more amped up, like he wants it that bit more.
I think so. I mean, as far as anything, no one's ever seen him like this. He's not bothered. He's not interested in speaking to anybody. He's just tunnel visioned. He's only thinking about tomorrow night, and that's the only thing on his mind: getting the job done tomorrow night, and avenging that very close fight the first time. And at the end of the day, I know he's going to do it, because I just got a feeling. I've had a good feeling about it. I spoke to him. Obviously, he's had a great training camp. He's not had to worry about a cut this time. He's not had to slow down on the sparring. He's in the best shape of his life. So I can't wait for him to go out there and show everybody why he's the best heavyweight of his generation, absolutely, and definitely one of the best heavyweights that's ever been.
What did you make of the face-off yesterday? 12 minutes long.
A long face-off.
Yeah. Have you ever had one? I'm just thinking, like when you're in the zone and you've weighed in and that. I just can't. Well, no, I suppose you hadn't weighed in, but they're heavyweights, right? They're not making weight.
Yeah, no.
Staring at the geezer you're meant to punch for what? That's 4 rounds.
I'm telling you, 4 rounds gone. But I can only imagine. What's on the line here. It is what it is, isn't it? Serious business, and that's just what that's what you're seeing. Usyk's a proud man. He's fighting for his country. Tyson's obviously fighting for everybody back home. It's a massive fight. But as I sit here talking to you right now, I'm very, very confident that Tyson's going to get the job done. And not only is he going to get it done tomorrow, I think he's going to put on a hell of a statement.
Well, close fight last time round. I know that he said that he doesn't want to leave it to the judges. I spoke to His Excellency yesterday, Turki Al Sheikh. He said that he thinks Usyk might win, but he wants Tyson to win. We know that as boxing fans, we would love to see a trilogy of that fight. I know you don't know, because Tyson's locked himself away in Malta, and it seems that no one's really got an idea. But do you think he's just going to come out and just try and stick it on him from the first bell?
I mean, you never know with Tyson. He's literally that unpredictable. You never know. As soon as that first bell goes, you never know what Tyson's going to come out. But I just know, put it this way, Tyson will leave everything in that ring tomorrow night. And I just know when Tyson's in that frame of mind, it's too good for anybody. The size difference alone, I think he'll make that a lot bigger factor this time. I think the weight difference will be, a massive factor, and I just think the mentality of Tyson. Last time he was joking and showboating and looking to the crowd and putting his hands behind his back, and this time, there'll be none of that. I think it's straight down to business from the opening bell. So I think everybody, not necessarily us, because, his family, it's not really a treat for us. It's horrible. We can't wait for the fight to be over. But I think for the paying customer and the average boxing fan, I think they're definitely in for a treat tomorrow.
He's not spoke to Paris in 3 months. I've seen Paris has come out and done an interview this evening with Coogan at IFL, basically saying look, Tyson does what Tyson's got to do. She's not seen him like this before, and she'll just do whatever to support him. Does that kind of say everything in terms of a mentality standpoint? Tommy, have you spoke to him at all yourself? I mean,
like I say, we've texted a little bit, a tiny bit, but as a fighter myself, obviously nowhere near the type of level that he's on, but like I know in a training camp there's not much you can say to people, like it's horrible. You're grueling, you work to death every single day. It's horrible, it's hard, and you just want to get it all done, and that's what's happened. So the training camp's done now, everything's over, it's time to fight. But yeah, listen, Paris has been with him for his entire career, so she knows, she's no stranger to it. Tyson's just got to go and do what he's got to do tomorrow night. He's done everything right. He's made the sacrifices. He's put the mileage in the gym. He's had the great sparring. The cut's fully healed. Like, there's nothing more left to say. He's going to go out there tomorrow night, and he's going to prove why he's the best heavyweight of his generation. Just
quickly, putting yourself in Tyson's shoes, I suppose no one can ever read Tyson's mind, right? And that's kind of what makes him so dangerous at times. But being able to take yourself away from speaking to your missus for 9 months and 3 months, we know just how close they are. Sort of just how do you perceive that?
I mean, it's I think you've got to have a really strong reason to do that. Like, you've got to have something that's really solid from keeping you away from even just talking to your missus. I mean, I personally talk to her every single day. It's that's how much he wants it. It's as simple as that. This is not this is not fun and games. It's a serious business. It's a serious fight, and that shows how much sacrifice he's put in, and what he's willing to do to get this win. So it's all good signs. Obviously it's not good for Paris, but for us it's good signs. It's showing.
It will be if he wins.
Yeah, no, exactly. But for us it shows that he's put the sacrifice in. He wants it. He's hungry, and like I say, I think this could be his best win of his career. The mode and the way that he looks and his eyes and everything. Like, I feel like you can just look at him and think, my God, that's a focus, man. And that's what you're seeing tonight, the weigh-in. Like, no fun again, no stripping down, no flexing. He's not interested. Step on, step off, and he left straight away. That's what type of mood he's in.
Will Big John Fury be here tomorrow night?
I'm not sure. Maybe. I haven't really spoke to him, Dad, to be honest. I presume so, but we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I take it that means he's not in the corner, or I suppose we just don't know.
I don't think so, but I haven't really spoke to my dad about it, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself. Obviously, there was meant to be the Darren Till fight. I know that you came out and put a little bit of a video up. Are you just able to explain on your ends why that fight's not happening? Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, I've been out the ring for over a year now, and all the antics that you see in a press conference, I understand they're selling a fight and there's understanding all this, but I think the way he was going about it was completely so stupid. And I was going to let it go at the press conference. I wasn't really interested because I've been around the fight game. I know what the fight game is. But then my manager rings me a few days afterwards and he's like, this fella's talking to betting companies, talking about if he's losing the fight, he's going to do this, and if he's losing the fight, he's going to do that. And I've seen his first fight because I hadn't watched it at the time, and that ended in some big brawl. And I thought to myself, what am I doing? I don't need this. I want somebody who's going to come and fight. If I wanted to roll around on the floor or block some leg kicks, I would have gone in the cage, wouldn't I? And had a fight there. At the end of the day, Darren Till's a man with no brain cell because he was going to get the highest payday of his entire career, and that's completely dead in the water. At the end of the day, I'm at a stage in my career now, and I'm not talking here like I'm better than anybody else, because I'm really not. But I don't need to be rolling around the floor with Darren Till. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't need that. I want to come back. I've had hand surgery. It's been a mammoth task to just get back here. The amount of physio and recovery needed, the amount of sparring sessions that I've had just to get my hand back. The last thing I want is to be beating Darren Till up, and then his ego comes in. I can't lose to Tommy Fury. I'm a proper fighter. All my mates are here. Let me take him down and get disqualified. I'm not interested in that. I don't care. There's a lot bigger fights for me out there, a lot bigger fights. So it is what it is. I don't really want to spend too much time talking about it. He had his chance. That's why I picked him in the first place. Obviously, just being an idiot, he's fucked it for himself and his entire team.
So as far as Darren Till, to me, he's a nobody. I'm not interested in Darren Till, and if he wants to act clever, no problem. You just get replaced, mate, and somebody bigger and better will come in, and that's exactly what we're going for. You know, we wanted to give Darren a chance. He's got a massive name in Liverpool. It was a great derby, but at the end of the day, you want to say that you're going to do this and do that. Okay, mate, no problem. You're just going to get replaced. So Darren Till's out of there, and we're on with making a pretty big fight. You know, at the end of the day, I believe the next time you see me in the ring, you'll have wanted to see this one more than Darren Till.
Misfits?
I'm not going to say anything too much yet because there is still a lot on the table, you know, from a lot of different organisations. You know, I'm in a great position. I am, regardless of what them other two say. I beat Jake Paul, I beat KSI, so obviously they're going to be a little bit bitter and they're going to say what they're going to say, but I've been out the ring a long time and there's a lot of opportunities for me to get back in the ring, and that's what we're exploring now.
Just very quickly on the Darren Till front, he put out a tweet just basically saying that his purse would have been taken off him if he did go down any other antics. Just your reaction to that?
I mean, what was it he was saying at the press conference? Take my purse now, give me all the fines of the world, I don't care. So it's like, okay, mate, but I'm not really willing to put an 8-week camp in, not see my child, ruin my whole Christmas for him to roll about on the floor. You know, I understand they're selling the fight, but you don't carry on that way. And I'm just not prepared to just, I hope he doesn't do this, I hope he doesn't that. He's got nothing to lose. What is he? His highest payday would have been me. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't want to spend too much time talking about him because he's had his chance and he's blew it. You know, we're on to bigger and better things, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Logan Paul, Conor McGregor, potentially in India. I mean, any truth to it that you know? I mean, I imagine that you would love to fight a Logan Paul or Conor McGregor yourself.
I mean, listen, those type of fights are always out there, but I don't know what's true and what's not true anymore. You know, it is what it is. It's the world you live in. I mean, I know Conor McGregor's meant to be fighting at least 5 times, you know, in the UFC maybe or whatever, and it's not happened. You know, I swear he's meant to fight Mike Chandler loads, but that's not happened. So you can never really say, like, you know, McGregor's in that position where, like, it could be a day out from the fight. He doesn't need to fight. He's not interested.
But people are always going to have that uncertainty about if he is like
exactly.
You say, he could be one day out. He could have weighed in.
Yeah, because he don't need to fight. You know what I mean? He's like he can literally get within a weekend from the fight and be like, I don't want to fight tomorrow. I don't have to fight. So it is what it is. I'm not really too interested in those type of fights. Like if I'm not the one fighting in it, but you know, Conor McGregor is an entertainer. I like Conor McGregor. He's a character, and I'm surprised Logan Paul's jumping in the ring because I didn't think he had a set of bollocks, to be honest. Well, I know he doesn't have a set of bollocks. It's the pound signs he's getting in the ring for. But listen, good luck to him.
All right, lastly, because it is late, and I appreciate, I'm sure that you guys want to get to bed or at least chill and not have a light and a microphone.
It's all good. It's all good.
What motivates you now? Is there a name that you sort of think that you'd like to? I know that you said you got lots of sort of options and stuff like that, but is there anything that sort of really tickles your fancy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously these the 2 fights there that are just inevitable because, you know, I've beat the pair of them, but because I feel like because I've done that, I want something that means a little bit more to me. You know, I'd like to fight a legitimate guy who can actually fight, but who has got a bit of a name as well. So, you know, we're looking down that sort of avenue. You know, obviously the Jake Pauls and the KSI, I think, you know, they're what they are. You know, they've got a loss to me. If they want to revenge that, they can. And if they don't, I've done my job what I need to there. So I'm kind of just enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my training. I'm enjoying having my hand back after a big surgery. And I just want to get back in the ring. You know, I wish that would have been on January 18th, but it's not to be. But I'm sure early next year I'll be back in that ring and you guys won't be disappointed. Well,
Tommy, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate your time this evening. Just finally, what happens tomorrow night? Usyk Fury 2, live on DAZN.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was ended inside the first half of the fight. I think that's definitely on the cards. But if that's not to be, I'm going with a Tyson stoppage. Either early or late, but a stoppage definitely.